Welcome back to our 10-acre homestead right here in little old New Zealand. This week we have another busy week ahead of us, and to start it off with, we are going to have to deal with a bit of an aggression problem. Rufus, our male, oh, hold on. Right, stay there, Theo. Rufus, our male sheep, who was hand raised by my sister, has become somewhat of a problem. So he has progressively been getting more and more aggressive, and I've been watching it fairly carefully, but yesterday he decided to have a go at me. When he gave up on me, he proceeded to harass one of our older goats and his supposed girlfriend. And oh, yeah, so in case we didn't catch that, he's just gotten really aggressive. He went for me, he went for our goats, and I am sure one of our goats is not too far off giving birth. I need to be able to access the paddocks without having to worry about Rufus coming for me, in case the goats need help. Plus we will need regular access once we start milking. Yeah, I shut the gate, buddy. And so yeah, we basically, I've always said, if he doesn't behave, I say that with every animal on the farm, if they don't behave, they end up on our plate. And unfortunately for Rufus, that is very much the case here. We have him booked in for Sunday, so my brother's going to come and put him down for me, and then I am going to proceed and put him on our plate. It's not a decision we're happy to have to make, but it is a decision we have to make. Don't stand on this, we need to re-insulate that. I've just shut the gate so that when we go in there, Rufus won't get us. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Are you happy that we have to shoot Rufus? No. You want to tell everyone how you feel? Look at Mummy. Are you happy that we have to shoot Rufus? Mm-mm. But we need to be able to see our goats too, don't we? You're gonna miss Rufus?
Yeah.
I think we're all gonna miss Rufus, sweetie. Like I said, not an easy decision to have to make, but definitely one I am willing to make to keep us all safe. So we're going to set up the shed so we can safely contain them in there over the weekend, and I guess we'll go from there. Alright, so we have gathered our tools and we're going to start building this little gate we need in the shelter. We both need it for Rufus, but we will also need it for when milking begins, so it is definitely much needed. We've got the measurements. You guys are going to help me. Don't be silly with tools, always be safe. Do you guys think you can both put on some shoes? It's a good start.
Do I use my
You got boots? Or your sneakers? Yeah, it's alright on the driveway. And yeah, so they're going to help me build this little gate. Things never go quite as quickly as we expect them to, especially not when you have these goons mucking around. Enzo, do you like your bathtub? I know Enzo loves water, and we thought before it gets too hot we'd get him used to his own bathtub. Other than that, goats with their goat antics, Harold on there doing his piggy thing. but Theo gets to have a turn putting in some screws. That was super fast! Look! We can go a little bit slower. Done, done, done! So the bulk of our gate is done. We just got to find some hinges and a lock, and we might beautify it a little bit. We'll see how we go. Who's in the goat paddock?
Pig.
The pig. Is the pig meant to be in there?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to fix their fence too, aren't we? Lots of work to do. We don't want the pigs in there when the goats are babies. See, she's lovely, isn't she?
Yeah.
But she might not be so nice if the goats have babies. She might eat them, so we better make sure we have her locked up soon. You gonna roll for us? Go on. Oh, you wanna roll? Okay.
Mommy,
Go on. Oh, that's quite rolling. So the gate is up and opens nicely, but I am thinking about putting in a lock. Let me show you. Right around about here. Not that they could push it in, but I guess they could escape out if they were to ever be locked in there. So I'm contemplating putting a piece of wood up here and then having a drill hole down here. I wonder if it would fit that way. Anyway, we'll figure it out. That is the door. What do you reckon? You reckon it's solid enough? You guys reckon you can push that over with your head? Oh dear. Oh, oh no. Alright, so I think we're going to call that a success. The door can actually not swing inwards anyway, so goats are not meant to be in there unsupervised, so they shouldn't be able to get in, and if need be, they shouldn't be able to get out either, but I think we'll be good. So, time to start spending some time cleaning up. Can you cry for a second? Time to start cleaning the milking side of the shelter. Well, both sides of the shelter, but that is for another day. We are ready to do chores and cook some dinner. So see you tomorrow.
Let me show you the puppy you're losing. This goat. Which one does goat? My sister's goats. One, here we go. Cute, isn't she? Mommy, save me! She tried bugging me. I was giving her back.
So it's a couple of days later and Debs is still working on that goat shelter and that. But today I've got another load of, it's not compost, it's garden mix. So the difference is kind of, this is going to be filling up a garden bed in the greenhouse, where the compost, I just want it to be like the top couple of inches of the gardens and that. So that's why I'm not using the compost from the chickens yet. But soon I will be using it. But I'm going to get all of this right into here. So this bed is going to be filled up in about an hour's flat. And that is full. Well, pretty much. It's about maybe 2 inches short of the top. But I do have these dragon fruits here. I was going to like put them a bit higher and put them out of the bed, but I'm thinking I'm actually going to take them out of their pots and put them in the corners, and then that'll be a bit more dirt as well, and then I'll plant this thing out. That's the fun part. You know, this here is a jackfruit. It's like a semi dwarf jackfruit, and it's been getting something eating the bark and killing it, but hopefully I can just give it a bit of a trim soon with some clippers, and hopefully it comes back to life. If it doesn't, I have other jackfruit, but they're not dwarf ones, so it's a little bit of a problem. But it's all good. They all come from seeds, so I haven't lost too much money if they die. So that garden bed is all planted. I have a babako there, 2 dragon fruits, the small jackfruit I planted just in front of it, Japoticaba, Suriname cherry. I've got my dwarf Cavendish that I don't know if it'll survive or not because I didn't get much roots in it from cutting it from this other garden bed over here. Then I've got Pepino. I think I've got 4 eggplants, which some might not survive, who cares, and a Tamarillo plant. And I might add some kiwi fruit plants in here as well. So that's done. Let's go over here to the family garden. We're going to clean up this mess by the asparagus. We're going to chuck all these pots into the greenhouse, all this rubbish, all these hoops. We're going to pick up all this stuff, and then we're going to weed out this, and then maybe put a tarp over it, and then hopefully, cross our fingers, we can do the back there where the old apple trees used to be, and we can weed out that, and then it's pretty much like done in here for now. Okay guys, what I want you guys to do is maybe grab all of the rubbish stuff and put it in the wheelbarrow, and then we're going to end up putting it in the big greenhouse, but we can put it on that shelf just outside the big greenhouse for now. You can put it all on there, so chuck everything you can find there onto the wheelbarrow, and I'll get rid of these hoops.
The chickens have escaped. But Dad's just gonna get them out. Get out of the way, Enzo! Enzo, come! I heard these chickens, eh? Yeah! Oh, is there a chicken back there? Trying to get him. Yeah!
So we're getting a little distracted here. I found this big tarp over there. I thought I had none, thought I'd have to buy some more solids tarp, but trying to cut them so we can, like, every garden bed when we're finished for the season, we can just cover them with the tarp and the weeds won't come up. So these are like 10 meters long and 1.5-ish wide. They're definitely not the straightest cuts, but I'll show you what we're doing with the kids to make them reasonably measure all right. So this was the narrowest of the tarps, and me and the kids got that on no problem. It's too long, which is good because some of the beds down there are way too long, so that worked. The rest of it we might use in the family garden, so we can do minimal weeding and cover it so it kills the rest of the weeds. The kids have already gone up top. I'm about to go up top for some lunch too. I've just been plotting along at this area in here. It is very weedy. I've let it go for way too long. But once I've semi-weeded it, tempted just to do the weed eater, but I am going to get that tarp I cut up, and I'm going to put it on here for months probably, and then all that wood chip down there, the sawdust, is going to go on top of there. So I'm back down here after lunch, and I've decided I'm not going to do any more weeding, not because I don't want to, although I don't want to. It's been raining, so it's been on and off raining for a little bit now, hence I haven't come outside yet, but I have got some seeds to plant. So I'm going to be going back into the greenhouse because the slugs have been eating my other plants. As you can see over here, I don't know if these ones are as bad, but they have bitten off all the tops, and basically I don't think they're going to grow back. So I put a ton of snail pellets around to try to keep them from getting annihilated. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to like completely kill all of them. I'm just going to start maybe another 2 more trays and put some more eggplants and stuff in them. So that is all planted. I originally had I think 3 trays, so I've got another 3 and then a couple more, and if too many come up I'll just end up selling them. But yeah, I've kind of filled up the shelf space where I'm supposed to be planting them over in the small greenhouse, so one day they'll get moved, especially when they pot up. They're going to take up so much space. But yeah, that's done, and it's still raining outside, so no good. So I've just fed my bunnies, and I'm sorry I've been all over the show today. It's been some windy weather, rainy weather, so I've kind of jumped ship everywhere. I even worked on the compost a bit. But these guys, I'm trying to feed them greens 1 day a week, so they save a little bit on pellets, and it should be good for them. And if you're wanting to know how the ostrich eggs are going, it's been a week now, and we've had them in the incubator, and we just candled them last night, and I think they're looking good, even though it's really hard to tell because it's so tiny, the little bit inside. I'm crossing my fingers that they're good, but another week's time we should start seeing little veins and stuff, so hopefully they're going to be little ostriches in there. But anyway, I've had enough for today, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It's the next day, and while it's a bit miserable, the weather still, I've still got projects that I want to get finished. I don't know if Debs has mentioned to you guys about Rufus, our male sheep, but he's getting butchered today. So yeah, a little bit sad, but has to happen. We don't want them bunking any little kids over, and we've also decided we're going to get our 2 male pigs. They're about, I think, just over a year old now, so they're going to get butchered too, so more scraps go to the big kuni pigs. And just while I'm passing by the family garden here, I'll show you what I've done. I actually came back down yesterday. Sometimes I get a bit more done without the camera, so yeah, sorry about that. But I've got this all tarped now, all where the asparagus was. That is all tarped, so I just mowed it and then tarped it rather than weeding it. A little bit of a lazy way, but it does work. I've done it before. And over here, just at the end, I've tarped all that perimeter over there. So eventually that's gonna, it's either gonna be like a climbing cucumber trellis there, or I'm just gonna plant more of this banana grass border all the way around, and I definitely am going to put a banana grass border at the back over there, because then it stops the weeds coming in, helps with the wind protection and all that jazz. So what I am going to finish today is this compost project. So I've moved their coop to that bay. Coop actually fits all right inside the bays, maybe just not that one, but I think at least 2 of the bays it can fit inside. But we're wanting to fill up all of the first bay with all fresh stuff, all the stuff down here, and we've got a lot of bags of chicken poo, rabbit poo all up there that we want to put in. So I think I've got enough tin now to be able to do all these walls and finish it off. I've just got to dig out where the walls are going, and that's why I've got these steel posts here. I just cut them up from old stuff lying around, so that'll be used for that. So anyway, I'm going to put you guys on time lapse, and I'm going to finish this project. All finished. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bays of compost, and the idea is to keep shoveling it over to the next bay. I mean, the stakes I'll make better ones later on. The idea is I'm going to tie them to the posts, but everything's removable, so I could just like pull out one of these bits of tin, and then it's way easier to chuck the dirt on the other side. But it's going to be a trial and error thing. But for the next bit of the day, I'm going to be going up because we've got my brother-in-law coming to shoot the animals that we've got to butcher, and YouTube doesn't let us do all that final process, so hopefully I can see you guys later on. So we are finished for the day. We're just putting the 2 pigs and the sheep into the fridge, let them rest for a day or 2, and then we'll chop them all up into pieces. Until the next video, I'll catch you guys later. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Luke out.